You guys nervous? I don't know if you heard, but man, my board of directors and the members really came together. 3,000, how much is it, Anthony? $3,500 of money is going to be given away tomorrow night to two people, two groups. So the majority of it goes to the first place, and then 3,000 of it, and then 500 goes to second place. So it's some serious money, and you know, when I bring up the board later on, there'll be on the slide all the people that donated money. I want you to really give a round of applause because that was pretty awesome. So we're going to officially start in like 5 seconds, okay? Are we live on things now? We're good? Okay. Well, good afternoon. My name is Bobby Spiegel. I'm the president and CEO for the Corona Chamber of Commerce. We want to welcome those in the audience here, as well those watching live stream. We want to welcome the competitors and wish them luck. I'm going to introduce our mayor to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's the most beautiful 31 words I've ever seen put together in our pledge. So I'd like to ask you all to please stand at this time. And Mayor Daddario, would you please come forward and lead us in the pledge?
Place your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. Or repeat with me, sorry. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I think you're up.
Yeah, I am up next. You gotta love these chamber events. They have everything written out for you. Thank you, Bobby, and welcome to our participants and viewers at home. The city is excited to celebrate Innovation Month and the many businesses pushing us forward. The city of Corona is very excited to partner with the chamber to make this event happen and support the county to celebrate Innovation Month. Corona has always been a city of innovation, taking over the citrus industry and now a hub for manufacturing and small business. Again, what an honor to have to host you here. As a little bit of a Shark Tank junkie, we are very excited to watch you pitch your products, pitch your businesses, and talk about your ideas and what's bringing you forward in innovation and business. So welcome to everybody, all of our competitors. Good luck to you. Looking forward to grilling you with some questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And at this time, I would like to have our board chair for the Corona Chamber, Mr. Dean Safe, come up and share a few words. And he's going to present a challenge coin to many of you here. So, Dean, come on up and I'll bring the coins up. Please welcome Dean Safe.
Thank you, Bobby, and good afternoon, everyone. My challenge coin this year says "Driven for Success," and I believe that that's something that every successful business and every successful educator, student is driven for and seeks. So I'm here to present some coins to. Who am I presenting, Bobby? It doesn't say that here. Judges. Okay.
And then all the presenters, let me just make sure, Anthony, is that what we're doing right now? Yeah. Okay, so Anthony wrote this all out. So would the judges please come forward and we'll give you a challenge coin.
And thank you again. And this is really exciting. This is, I don't know, third year we're doing this. Yes. And it's great.
So these challenge coins are good luck and thank you, appreciation. As well, could we go ahead and get all the people that are presenting today, all of the groups that are presenting, come on up and you'll get your challenge coin. And the reason we're doing this right now is we'd like to get one large group photo with everyone, with the judges and as well as with the all the competitors. And competitors, do not bring your checkbook up to give them any money or cash money sliding to them, okay? So, judges, come on down here a little bit towards the center. We're going to do the proper introductions of each of them in a minute. And we'd like to bring up Jessica Gonzalez as well, who has helped coordinate and partner with us from the city of Corona, so she can get a challenge coin as well. Jim, can you tell us how you want everyone? Yeah. Okay. Jackie Casillas, City Council member, would you please come forward too? And our timekeeper, Eugene. We've got Jackie and Eugene yet. So do you want to stage them anyway? Eugene? And I'd like Anthony up there also. Anthony? One more's coming in, Jim. Look at the paparazzi, you guys. They're all taking pictures of you. Do not stand on a chair, Jim. Okay. Wait 1 second. Can you switch the slide? It's up there. Right there. And can you the other side or not? No? Okay. No, you're good. Well, that's okay. It's all about you. Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and introduce all of you in a couple of minutes the proper way, but thank you so much, and we appreciate you being here today. At this time, I'd like to remind everyone to silence their phones. Please put those on vibrate. If you do get a call, we're going to ask that you take it outside and don't take the call inside. And at this time, we'd like to have a welcome from our county supervisor via a video.
Hello, I'm Karen Spiegel, Riverside County Supervisor for the 2nd District. And I want to thank each of you for attending the Greater Corona Area Fast Pitch Competition. Innovation and entrepreneurship is strong in our county. The County of Riverside acknowledges the value of creating an environment that helps support innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. So with many significant advances in these fields, we recognize the month of April as Innovation Month. Tonight's contestants will compete for the prize money of over $3,000. This was collected by the Corona Chamber Board of Directors. Our volunteer judges will choose tonight's winner, and then that winner will be entered into the county-wide competition where the prize money is $10,000. Thank you to the City of Corona for hosting us, the Chamber of Commerce for a lot of the footwork, and of course inviting you here tonight, and to the Riverside County Office of Economic Development. Also to the contestants, I wish you good luck. And now, let the fun begin.
Let's give a round of applause for our county supervisor. Let's give her a lot of applause because that's my wife and I want to make sure that she knows that we love her, so it's all good. So there's a couple of shameless plugs that we're going to go ahead and talk about real quick. Some events that are coming up this coming month and in the near future. Coffee with an Entrepreneur. We partner with the City of Corona. Every other month we host a different entrepreneur. You'll see on the screen there that on April 13th we have Amanda Kalkanis, and she has 2 different businesses that she's going to talk about. A dynamic woman, someone that's very involved in the arts, and then also the over the moon escape rooms, and that is a fun activity. So we encourage you to come. It's at the Chamber of Commerce at 8 o'clock. You can register on the website, or just take your phone and hit the QR code, and you can be able to be in there. The next slide is on April 20th. Our county supervisor will be given her annual State of the County address, and it will be up at Eagle Glen Golf Club. So we open up at 6:30 in the morning, and it will be Thursday, the 20th of October, and you can use the QR code to register there. There are a few seats left, some sponsorship opportunities. I'm sorry? Did I say August, October? I'm really, so that's, thank you. Well, I was just checking to see if my board members caught on, so thank you. Thank you so much. So that's April 20th. We want to thank the committee. They've been working very hard on this, and I just want to acknowledge all the people that are on the screen there. I'm going to read through some names. Dr. Tim Gramlin with Cal Baptist University, Paul Binder-Badisha with Express Employment Professionals, Frank Barbarossa with On-Site Computing, Jessica Gonzalez with the City of Corona, Melinda Guerrero with the City of Corona, Sam Itani with Corona Regional Medical Center, Eugene Montanez with ZAP Marketing, Corey Shedd with the Naval Surface Warfare Center, Amanda Wicker with the City of Corona, and Anthony Maldonado with the Corona Chamber. So we want to give them a round of applause. Let's thank them so much. I do want to give a shout out, though, to the three ladies. They were mentioned earlier, but they're with the City of Corona, and they're really our partners, and that's Jessica Gonzalez. Jessica, could you please stand so everyone knows who you are? Let's give her a round of applause. So she heads up our entire economic development. She's got a tremendous team. A couple of them are with us, and they've served on this committee. Amanda Wicker, could you please stand? Thank you. And I'm not sure if Melinda is in here. Melinda, stand up, please. Thank you. Melinda Guerrero, thank you so much for all your hard work. And I also just want to mention that we had members and our board members donate towards this grand prize. $3,500 is going to be handed out. And so I don't know. Okay, so that's the judges. Hold off on that. I'm just going to read off some of the names. Do you have a slide that has the, right there? Thank you. Very small on words, but big on appreciation. Kathy Armstrong with Do It American Manufacturing, Paul Binder-Badisha with Express Employment Professionals, Frank Barbarossa with On-Site Computing, David Brambilla with Creative Marketing, Dr. Sam Buenrostro, Superintendent for the Corona Norco Unified School District, Adam Cancelleria with Veg Fresh Farms, Grace Clark, who owns Grace Clark CPA, Marta Cortez, who is the owner of Eduardo's Mexican Restaurant, Jim Gore with Vulcan Materials Company, Dr. Tim Gramlin with the Cal Baptist University. He is the Dean of JAB School of Business. Dr. Monica Green, the President of Norco College. Dr. Prab Gruel of Corona Oral Surgery. Ruth Jaffe with Kaiser Permanente. Kim Mabon with Creative by Design. Chad Miller with Agility Health. Eugene Montanez with ZAP Marketing. Dr. Anthony Peritano with Integrated Medical Center of Corona. Lily Coero with Waste Management. Dean Safe with CarStar All-Star Collision. Corey Shedd with the Naval Surface Warfare Center. And John Wygant with Western States Financial Services. So I want to thank those. And lastly, I would like to give them all a round of applause. They put in money so that you guys could win today. At this time, I'd like to thank the judges, and we can pull up that. There we go. And I think I've got to change something here. Okay, so Corona Mayor, Tony Daddario, would you wave, stand, whatever you want to do? Okay. Dr. Tim Gramlin, Dean of the JAB School of Business at Cal Baptist University. Elvis Acosta, Deputy Technical Director with NAVSE. Thank you. Troy Clark, and I don't know what your title is today. Thank you. Over at the NAVSE. And Stephen Belfield, Chief Engineer at NAVSE. Thank you. And then we also have Rich Lopez with Mako Product Specialist Manager for Stryker. Thank you so much. Did I capture everyone? Okay. The video competition is next, and what we're going to do is you can watch this video to further understand how it will all work. Please roll the video.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Greater Corona Area Fast Pitch Competition. All participants were given the guidelines ahead of time. However, for our audience in attendance, we wanted to give them to you as well to ensure that you know a little bit more on how this competition will work. Each presenter will be given 5 minutes to present their product or business. They will also be given a 1-minute time warning. At the conclusion of their pitch, judges will be allowed 5 minutes of Q&A. It is very important that each presenter give clear, concise answers to get out as much information as possible. The judges will be judging on 5 different categories: value, differentiation, viability and scalability, team, as well as pitch presentation. There are 25 points total allowed per each judge. The judges will then tally up their score sheets, and these score sheets will be given to the presenters after the winner is announced. I am also excited to announce that there is a very special audience vote, which will count towards the final placings. The top 3 finishers will be announced at tomorrow night's City Council meeting, and all participants are invited to attend. The first place finisher will go on to the Riverside County finale, which will be held on April 27th in Riverside for a chance to win up to $10,000. With that said, I would like to personally thank each of you for being here this afternoon, and I would like to wish all of you good luck.
Thank you, Anthony. At this time, I would like you to give a round of applause to Jessica Gonzalez as she comes. You're not coming up, you're doing it from there. So give her a round of applause. Our partner in business retention and attraction, Jessica Gonzalez.
Thank you, Bobby. So the moment we have been waiting for, what about a round of applause of encouragement for our competitors? Let's do that. Excellent. And first we have Protectotherm, who promotes fire safety with their innovative line of flame retardant products created to save lives, the planet, and everything that matters most. Please join me in welcoming Protectotherm.
Thank you. Thank you for having this event and for having us. We create a fire retardant, and our goal is to save lives, save the environment, and that matters most to you. We are Protectotherm. Our fire retardant helps stop fires. It helps to keep fires from spreading. It's also 100% biodegradable and 100% non-toxic. One of the side effects that we have from fire is smoke, and smoke is incredibly toxic. Our product also limits smoke extremely. The market size in the U.S. For the fire retardant market was $7.59 billion in 2021, and it is expected to jump to $13 billion by 2028. I'll speak to some of these little attributes that are also on the slide as we go. Fire prevention is the name of the game. $25 billion in damage due to fires. I have a few item points here. 1.31 million fires burned in the U.S. in 2022. 78% of those fires are building structures. One that really sticks out to me is 362,478 acres burned in California alone. Market industries that we think are low-hanging fruit for us right now is the construction, real estate, transportation, environment, and forestry. These are the immediate markets I think that we have the quickest path into. And we do have marketing strategies in place. We are currently working with an aerospace company, Stavati Aerospace. This has some amazing opportunities they're very interested in. We have worked with the Naval Center, local to us, not really worked with them, but we've had some conversation, and we've actually been asked to present a presentation for them, for Oscar Smith, if that makes sense. We have, are working currently in the construction and distribution industry, as well as developers. And Coachella Valley's become a very big possibility for us. We have inroads to the Hollywood movie industry, and definitely are looking to go into the paint industry. Here's just a couple examples. This is just a short list of the many different applications our product would be used for. So fire retardant in the construction industry, wood, anything that you're building structures with. Fire coatings, we have coatings that you can apply to even the foliage around your properties. As a nation, we can no longer do nothing about fire prevention. We have 3,800 civilian deaths, 70 on-duty firefighters, and 14,700 injuries, all due to death or due to fires. There's a gap in this world, let alone the United States. There's a gap in fire prevention, how we're building things, and we aim to fill that gap. Sorry. We have 3 core products. We have a paint powder, which can be used in more than just the paint, by the way, in the building components, in your texturing, in your knockdown. We have clear coat, which has multiple purposes, including roofing. And we have foam, which is an awesome product that is ready for aerial drops. This is just a list of some of what our competitors have issues with, but in the essence of time, I do have a short video coming up, and then during the video, I may speak a little bit more to some of our benefits. This is my hand, and this is with the paint powder. And that's with basically 2,600 degrees on my hand. And you can see the heat's really getting there. And it's burning, and it's creating a carbon barrier on the top of it. And no heat transfers or goes into my hand. This is what you're adding into paint and building materials. This is a 60% cotton, 40% polyester shirt. You can see we do multiple tests.
It's time now.
Okay.
Time's up. But you'll have the 5 minutes for questions and answers, correct? Or you do it now? Yeah.
Okay. Bob, you want to join with me? Bob Vergura is one of my partners.
Guys, I'm going to start with the first question. Until we got towards the end, I was still uncertain as to what the application process was for the product. So can you tell me where would I buy it and what would I be doing with the product? Painting a house inside? I'm still a little uncertain
Yes.
of how we're going to deploy
Certainly.
it.
So actually the product, that one of the core products, it is an inexpensive product. You add to whatever paint you want to. You're not limited to color. You're not limited to paint. You're not limited to availability, or special order, which is what all of our competitors are about. You can buy direct from us, or we have a construction distribution center that is now selling our product. And basically, you just add 8 ounces of powder to whatever gallon of paint you choose that you want. And you mix it, and it goes on the same way you would paint normally. You use the same equipment. We do all of our testing at 2,600 degrees or 3,600 degrees, and we have ASTM testing reports to back it up. So the same thing would apply to our clear coat. You could actually, if you had just painted your house, you could use our clear coat to coat your house and your roof and obtain the same type of protection.
And the only thing I would add is we have about 1,900 applications that we've come up with. So as he mentioned, the paint, and that's probably one of our core products, but it's really diverse, from textiles to construction products, a wide world of possibility.
Question?
The judges doing the questions, okay? Who's the next question?
Hey, guys. So thank you for your presentation. I had a couple questions. First, the uniqueness of your product, if you could speak to whether there's other products out there like this, and if not, if you have patents or what have you for yours.
Absolutely, great question. So there are other products that are out there as fire retardant products. The problem is, as we were doing our research and as we went through it, they'll claim to be biodegradable, but they are toxic. They are very positive for California Proposition 65. Some of them even contain lead. I mean, those are all things that help them be a fire barrier, but none of them are completely non-toxic like ours. Literally could eat it and not kill you. Biodegradable. Our foam, if you take Phos-Chek as an example, Phos-Chek, they claim to be environmentally friendly, but they, by law, cannot drop it anywhere within 300 yards of any body of water because it kills the fish. If your house is covered with the red Phos-Chek foam, you're red tagged until that house is hazmat cleaned up. If our product is dropped on you, or let's say forest firefighters that are trapped in the middle of a raging fire, you can drop it on them. They are not going to get cancer. They're not going to get diseases. They're not going to get sick. And our competitors cannot claim that. There is a huge lawsuit right now going on for a product called AFFF. And that is a foam product that is used in the fire industry, forest fires. And it is a nationwide lawsuit because firemen have cancer, diseases, and are having chronic issues due to this product. Ours will not.
If I could just add something to your question there. So we did a test called an ASTM test. It's a highly scientific test. And we got A+ in both smoke and fire. So we're confident we are an industry leader just based on that test alone and what we have seen with some of the competition out there. Makes us really excited.
Scalability. If I wanted to buy a 5-gallon jug today, what would it cost me, and how much could I buy in a year? Could I buy a tanker truck or a train full?
Sure. So right now you want to buy 5 gallons of it, 5 gallons of the powder, which will do about 88 gallons of paint, would cost you about $1,000. You could buy 8 ounces for 1 gallon for $19.95, and you could pick it up today. We are a local manufacturer here in Corona.
Can you talk about durability if it's biodegradable? How long does it last?
It's awesome. Thank you. So one of the side benefits of our product is that it has incredible adherence. This paint, when you paint it on, it is hard, it's scratch resistant, and it doesn't want to come off. The longevity on this in comparison to the paint without the product is off the chart. And I'll just quickly say, anyone ever wants to see it, you want a free sample of it, we're very close. Come to us, we'll do a live demonstration for you there, or even come to you.
Yeah, we'll see him light his hand.
Thank you. Jesse, great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great job. Up next, we have Competitive Swimmer. Competitive Swimmer magazine produces and shares ideas and products to help swimmers improve their technical skills. Please join me in welcoming Competitive Swimmer.
Thank you very much. Well, this is going to confuse the heck out of you, because I was just going to show you how we designed our magazine, and it's really kind of a cool thing. It's 100 pages. I do it every month, and then I was going to show you how you could do it, or how I could do it for you, or whatever. But it just drove me crazy because the year before, I showed you. This is what he retitled it. I showed you this. Let me get back to it. 2 years ago, I came in with a product. It's called the IsoSlide. Some of you might remember it. It was a slide that goes on, isokinetic slide that goes in your house, and you do 800 exercises, and it adapts to everything you do. So that was a product that we showed. And then, to confuse you, last year, I came in with a product that isn't a product. It's a service. It's called Talent Code Academy. and it's where we took education and flipped it. I know we're going to hear some of that today. We flipped it so that the student is at the center of education, and instead of the curriculum or instead of a teacher at the front of the classroom talking head. It doesn't work anymore. And one of the ways we proved it is about a month after I presented to you, my kids happened to be interviewed by the Press Enterprise. In fact, they followed us around all over the place at Cal Baptist because Michael graduated at 16 years old with a degree in chemical engineering, and his sister was there, and she went into Cal Baptist at 11, and she is now going to be a senior at 14 at Cal Baptist in biology. Michael will also have his master's degree in about a month, and he's working on his PhD at UC Riverside, and he is 17. But I showed you those two things, and it must be a little bit confusing as to what it is that I do and what it is that we do, and so I want to confuse you even more. Competitive swimmer is, you know, I was a swim coach, and swimming is a really kind of amazing thing in that you can measure it to 100th of a second. It's also amazing in that American swimming dominates sport like nothing has ever dominated. We've won more gold, silver, and bronze medals than any sport in history, any country. But the big thing is it's accountable. And so I want to kind of show you how we do what we do, but you're not going to get everything. Just think about that model I showed you of education where everything is connected. Absolutely everything is connected in our paradigm. So I'm going to quickly show you 140 of our products. That's my management team. Let me do that real quick. That's me, Dr. Jeff Pilling, who had a PhD at 22, and he does a lot of different things also, but he designs chips and does a lot of other things. He's part of our management team, and Dr. Lawrence Chernin actually had a PhD from Harvard, and he got a fellowship at Berkeley that they said Einstein wouldn't get. So we have some smart people, but we have people all over the world that are very interesting, all the way from, you know, from IQs of 40, but are amazing with their hands to maybe me. So Competitive Swimmer Magazine, Student-Centered Magazine, and then the time from idea to market. So I want to show you that quickly. People call it magic, but it isn't. We had somebody from a VP of Procter & Gamble who took over another company, and I was brought in, and he said, what can you do for me that no one else can do? This other company has been going down for 5 years. And I said, it's October. By December, I can have you 10 products that I haven't even thought of that are marketable and ready. And his mouth just dropped over. And Procter & Gamble shouldn't be easy to, but I want to just talk about internal a little bit at the end, if you want to, the $7.8 trillion we're losing because people in the companies aren't as engaged as the owners. So here's our quickly, I think I'm going backwards. Here we go. Sorry. I got confused by our title. Okay, here's our products, quickly. A lot of them you can see are related to swimming. These aren't. So you can see that Contact Pro over there, I can't point, but Contact Pro was I went into that company and they went up 800% in the first year. The only difference we made was they were interested in their product, I was interested, and I made them interested in their customers. And it was a big shift, and I can talk about that too. The biggest thing I want to show you, this is what the magazine layout looks like. 100 pages in a month, it isn't easy, but we do it. It comes down to this program called Cool Life. And I should have titled this Cool Life, and I hope that you asked me about it, where it connects all of these different disparate things, including your own personal lives, to what really works. And my fellowship at the Covey Leadership Center with Tony Robbins and a lot of other leadership people brought me to the conclusion that we can connect everything. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Yeah. So you are correct. We are going to be confused because I'm not exactly sure how competitive swimmer related to any of that.
Can I have that slide back, please, that last slide? Yeah. So Competitive Swimmer is a company that I own that makes a lot of products and provides a lot of services. The magazine connects to swim coaches all over the world and swimmers all over the world to help them to teach leadership, the leadership that I learned in doing all these other things. It seems like it's different than all the other products that we do, but it's really very much the same because they're all accountable and they're all aimed at the person, you know, we're trying to help.
I wish you would have just talked about competitive swimmer instead of all the other things, because you didn't give yourself an opportunity to explain it. In your 5 minutes, you maybe talked about
Sure.
competitive swimmer for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was wrong
I'm
title.
still at a loss of what it does, so.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, just think of a magazine that's interactive, that has video and spreadsheets and all kinds of other services within it, and that we produce once a month. We also produce products that, you know, keep us going. I have confused you. The other day I was, how much time do I have? I can't tell.
I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So if it's a magazine and I get one copy, how much competency do I increase across any level of spectrum? Do I need a whole subscription? Do I need to
Yeah, you
have
get
a
a
lifetime
subscription, you go once a
subscription?
month. You gain a lot of competency, but you have to decide what it is that you need. Now, the magazine is sort of a paradigm. It's sort of a metaphor. We could have hundreds of magazines. I could go to your company within the next, you know, couple of hours and have a full interactive magazine that has interviews and all these other things that make everyone within your company and outside of your company better. That's what I wanted to show you a little bit of, but it's really about this. It's about being able to design a solution literally as soon as you find out what the problem is. I get you. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Sorry
I've
for the
got one.
confusion.
Do you have any additional perspective on competitive market on this? Is this similar to something else out there? Is this unique in some way that you can defend as you try to take it to market?
Yeah, we've already been at market. We have 100,000 subscribers. We have people that, it's an interactive magazine. It's not, it can be printed, but we don't print it. 100,000 subscribers. It's $12 a month for subscription. We have people, it's just like any other magazine. We have companies that advertise within our magazine. It wasn't about the magazine, though. I hope you understand that you could do this within your own companies. And the biggest problem that we solve is being able to communicate and educate faster than anybody else, any other way. So the magazine is an example of how this can be done. It's not about swimming. So I'm sitting at my house. I just got my dream car, and a guy drives by last week. And he sees my car, and he thinks it's awesome. But I had spent the previous week going to businesses in Corona to learn how to put a silicon dioxide coating on it. So he drives by, and he looks at it, and he feels it. He goes, "How much?" And I said, "Well, I don't really do it for a living, but it's about $2,000. I just learned how to do it in the last week." And he says, "When can I bring my car?" So I made $1,800 the next day in redoing his car to make it look like mine. You guys took off my slide, but I was going to, you probably saw the two Corvettes next to each other. That's how fast we can make a company. That's how fast we can learn to change things. It used to be that you had to go out and get a loan, you had to go out and do all these other things, but you don't have to do that anymore if you can get to the people that know the most about things and learn as fast as that. It's the same thing if you think about it as I presented last year. That's how my kids learn that fast. Not just my kids, but all the kids who joined Talent Code Academy, which I presented last year. It's a much different paradigm. It's not a teacher at the front of the classroom. It's not a CEO at the top of a business. It's everyone, including the custodian at the business, being as excited as I am, as fast as I am. And we teach people to do that through this interactive magazine forum. That's hard to explain, but you gave me 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, competitive swimmer. Next, we have PPC Ad Editor, which aims to simplify and streamline the ad creation and approval process through the latest technology. Please join me in welcoming PPC Ad Editor.
Good afternoon. My name is Albert, and I'm one of the co-founders of PPC Ad Editor. I have 15 years experience managing Google ad campaigns for Fortune 1000 companies like Amgen, State Farm, and Pfizer. One of the biggest challenges and time-consuming activities in managing these ads is actually the process of creating ad copy and having your clients approve it. And the reason why this pain point is such a big deal is because of the tools that we were given. And we were given Excel. And as you know, Excel is not designed for visual ad copy. It was designed to organize data and large numbers of numbers. Because of that, the idea of PPC Ad Editor was born. PPC Ad Editor is an online software that digital marketing agencies can use to streamline the process of ad creation and ad approval, so that at the end of the day, you can launch your campaigns faster. And let me show you how it works.
Frustrated with the process of getting your ads approved by your client due to spending countless hours of tedious grunt work building mock-ups of your ads, losing track of comments or identifying which is the latest file to update, cutting and pasting ads and keywords into Google Ads? Introducing PPC Ad Editor. With PPC Ad Editor, you can mock up and preview your ads effortlessly. This means faster campaign launches and happier clients. With our built-in visual ad builder, import an Excel bulk sheet or Google Ads Editor CSV, or download existing campaigns directly from your Google Ads account. Create or edit ads, keywords, and ad extensions directly from your browser. Quickly generate previews of ads, keywords, ad extensions, and more with a couple of clicks. Share your entire PPC campaign build with anyone from your web browser. Collaborate with teams by adding comments or reviewing feedback. Approve or reject requests with real-time notifications. Want to see an old version of your campaign? Easily access old versions with version control. Once your campaigns are approved, upload them directly to Google Ads or export them to Google Ads Editor with a single click. Done.
So the way we do business has changed and evolved. How we communicate, from corded phones to smartwatches, how we collaborate, from face-to-face meetings now to online Zoom meetings, and even how we contract, from simple handshakes to e-signature platforms. Yet the process of creating ads for approval has remained stagnant for the last 15 years. A staggering 95% of agencies today still use Excel for this process. And as I mentioned before, Excel was not meant for this. The modern method of creating ads campaign is outdated, inefficient, and 100% manual. We've actually also interviewed other digital marketers, and not surprisingly, they had the same perspective when creating ads. Updating, modifying Excel templates took a long time, even coming up with ad ideas for ad copy. So PPC Ad Editor is a game changer. Our vision is to standardize the client ad approval process. Our current channels that we support are Google and the major social media channels, but our plan is to scale even further into connected TV, radio ads, even more. PPC Ad Editor basically works in 4 easy steps. The first step is to create your ads, and we actually implemented GPT-4 into our platform, and basically GPT-4 is the same technology powering ChatGPT. All you have to do is enter in your product information, and our platform will generate automatically the ad copies. Once you have that done, this is exactly what you send to your clients for review. So instead of that text-heavy Excel sheet, now they can see something more visually appealing. There are currently over 4 million Google advertisers, but our short-term goal right now is to just target digital marketing agencies of all sizes. Our pricing model is simple. We have a monthly subscription starting at $49 a month, all the way to $399 a month, and depending on how many user seats and dashboards you have. And finally, our A team consists of a CEO combined of, we have a combined 60 years experience of different disciplines, from IT consulting, design, programming, and of course, marketing. The time is now. Will you join me in revolutionizing the digital marketing industry? Thank you.
So can you explain a little bit more for those of us that don't come from the digital ad space? Who's the target customer and what benefit does this give them?
Great question. So our target audience are digital marketing agencies. So we're a B2B platform. So currently the way the process works is, let's say a client comes to the digital marketing agency and says, hey, can you create some ads for me? Right now, the way the process works is the agency creates these ads in Excel. But when they present it to the client has really no idea what they're looking at, just because the platform and the tool is just so text-based. So where our product comes in is our online document shows what the ad actually looks like. And what this does is improves efficiency so that the client knows exactly what they're looking at, what to change, any feedback can be given, so that at the end of the day, they can launch their campaigns faster.
And just one quick follow-up, what type of benefit for the end user is there going to be as far as time saved, labor, that type of stuff? What type of benefit does this provide?
Great question. So right now with Excel, how users are doing it is they're filling out, a 10 megabyte file, they're attaching it to email, they're sending that to their clients, the clients are opening that email, and then they're just inserting comments inside the little cells, or they're inserting comments within the body of the email. So then when that file gets back to the agency, now the user has to scramble to find the comments, whether it's through an email chain or through the exact Excel file. Where our solution comes in is everything is outlined in one simple software. Comments are right on the ads. Everything is online in one file, so there's no mismatch or losing of file types.
What is your technology readiness level? Are you pre-production and testing, or are you released and do you have a user base? Over.
Yes. So we're already deployed. We've been in market for about 2 years now. We have just over 300 companies that are paying for this product. We do have a freemium model, and we have about just over 5,000 free users using the platform now. So the idea is to get freemium users to try out the product. It's very limited, so once they're ready to upgrade, then that's when they get converted to a paid plan.
Who are your competitors? It's hard for me to believe that Adobe Creative Suite has not come up with something like this.
We looked at Adobe. Honestly, our main competitor is actually still Excel. And the reason Excel is still the #1 competitor is because of change, right? A lot of these bigger organizations, they don't want to change. They just want to do what works. But on the flip side is they're losing time, they're losing return on time, they're not being as efficient. As you mentioned, Adobe does have a platform that does review like ad banners and PDFs and things like that. What differentiates us is we actually excel and focus on the actual ads itself. So Google ads, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, all in one. So that's how we're different.
I'm curious how you plan to keep up with Google, for example. You mentioned something about easy download of Google campaigns. I'm fairly certain Google won't be very interested in that. So how is it that you plan to keep up and continue to invest in this product so it can change as Google makes changes?
Actually, Google is invested. They have an API. That's one of their main businesses, is being able to integrate with advertisers, because they know Google makes most of their money with advertising. So they're going to invest in that. And as long as they're investing, we're not just relying on Google. We have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Snapchat, Lemonade, for those that are new. I mean, it gets bigger and bigger. Connected TV, Netflix, Spotify, the list goes on and on.
So they make it easier for you to run ad campaigns, and then you can increase your revenue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you mentioned GPT-4. Would you have a lower cost model if you removed GPT, because they're going to go to a premium level kind of subscription on that AI capability?
Yep, actually their API is super cheap. It's not the same price, the $20 that you pay for that access. If you have API access, right now we're charging $10 for an additional 10,000 words created, and we're paying like pennies on that. So the API is immensely cheap.
And would you say eventually over time, since I wouldn't imagine your overall software having major code changes, that your costs would eventually decrease?
Yes, yeah. So a bulk of our development and startup cost was the code, but that was developed, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now it's just about maintenance. And if a new ad channel comes out, we have the foundation already set. So to your point, yes, it becomes cheaper. Thank you.
Up next, we have Gen Innovation. Gen Innovation represents a video-based platform that connects and engages STEM students with industry recruiters. Please join me in welcoming Gen Innovation.
From a survey conducted at a university, we found that almost 90% of students surveyed, including ourselves, do not feel well connected industry recruiters. Well, why is that, given that we have resources like LinkedIn, Handshake, and the University Career Center? This is because words on a resume does not show one's full potential. We are Gen Innovation, a team of multidisciplinary engineers with a background and proven track record to guarantee our success. We're creating a platform that allows college students to show their ideas and innovations visually, using videos rather than just words on a screen. Doing this removes the middleman and gives students more opportunities to show their talents, allowing recruiters to see their full potential. Building that interpersonal connection is needed to foster career growth.
We provide a platform that allows college students to obtain jobs and scholarships through posting their skills and projects via video format. In doing so, allows recruiters to see the full potential of the students that otherwise would not be shown strictly through a resume. We will provide weekly challenges that lead to scholarships for the students and an easy application process that eliminates the third party. Altogether, Gen Innovation is built using Flow. It's a framework that builds native mobile apps for both iOS and Android. We then plan to publish our app on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to reach the majority of phone users.
Our main target will be college students STEM spanning from undergraduate to graduate level. Okay. For Fortune 500 companies, recruiters. Additionally, we'll seek to connect students.
Well-established competition. We know there's still a lot of. Our first competitor, Handshake, is a college recruiting platform. It's a similar service, but it's not. Well, our app is STEM-oriented and gives students an opportunity to display their talent, compete for scholarships and weekly challenges, and have one-on-one interactions with recruiters. Our product offers a unique service that will disrupt this current market. Now let's talk finance. Our main will be our premium monthly subscription, which will be set at $10. For our first year operating cost, we will spend $20,000 to outsourcing app development to expedite the launch, $5,000 for marketing to increase customer awareness and outreach, and $10,000 for the patent, totaling $35,000. From our initial investment we're seeking, we'll allocate 50% to app sustainment, 20% to marketing, 20% to partnerships, and 10% for the patent. We will need 7,000 user monthly subscriptions to reach our break-even point. With that, we are seeking $100,000 for 5% stake in Gen Innovation.
Revenue by 2027. To achieve this, we will seek venture capitalists and angel investors to initially help our business. By 2025, we'll have over 5,000 users. The need for our product in this market will contribute for exponential growth over the next couple years.
Our market consists of STEM students and recruiters. More specifically, we plan to initially house university students and recruiters seeking university talent on our app. We will promote the students via university career centers and other popular social media platforms such as Instagram and TikTok. We will also pitch to industry recruiters about how our app is not only beneficial to them, but how it will help them recruit more talent in the future.
Our intention is to utilize the prize money to kickstart our funding efforts for patents and legal services. Additionally, we will allocate a portion of our funds toward community outreach initiatives and promotional endeavors. Our vision for the future involves broadening our user base and welcoming STEM scholars of all ages, including those who might not be interested in job opportunities, but wishes to share their ideas and research to enhance public knowledge. As our application gains momentum, we've foreseen it becoming a valuable asset for networking and educational resources, with integration into school curriculum and career center nationwide. Gen Innovation will change the way industry seeks talent. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to go first. Guys, great presentation and great job just going through the mics not working and not stopping. Are all of your mics on?
Yeah,
You may want to turn them all off and just use one. That may be the easiest.
You can just use mine.
Yeah, sometimes it works. Welcome to technology, something you guys are pretty familiar with. So tell me why the need for this came about. Having friends that are going through or actually now because of my age, having friends whose kids are going through the college application process, there's been some advancement in that entire process, but it seems to me your app is for folks that are graduating, going into the business world or into the workforce. Is that what it looks like?
Yes, so the industry, yes. And so what initially made us start this is that a lot of us don't feel well connected to industry recruiters. And then from the first slide, 90% of the students that we surveyed do not. So this is a big problem. Yeah, so we basically created this to try to solve that problem. We feel as though that resumes are a little old school, and it doesn't really show the full potential of a student.
Thank you.
So I wasn't clear, who is your subscription base? Is it the students or the recruiters?
Yes, so this is for students. Students will be charged $10 for the premium subscription, but our app also has a free service. So the premium subscription, if you go back to a couple slides to the finance slide, offers just a little more services, so it boosts engagement. So there will be like an algorithm to where your posts will get more, just more views and and then early engagement, so early access to new features, as well as, so you have to pay the $10. The premium subscription is required to be entered into the weekly challenges that we offer.
And so at what point during their student's education career do you expect them to start that subscription?
So we're focusing on college right now, starting off, but in the future, we definitely will venture off into high school for sure.
We plan to scale in the future because we know that adults as well would like to participate and show their ideas. So right now, we just want to start off a little niche and do college, but in the future, we'll do more than just college.
Same question on technology readiness level. Do you have a prototype? Are you through testing? Do you already have a user base? Thank you.
So currently, we had a live demo. That is actually real code that we have. You want to go back a couple slides. So that is a live demo. We currently do not have any users, but we plan to have a full beta version by the end of this year and to launch it on both Apple Store and Google Play Store.
And you'd mentioned your subscription base coming from students. To attract more funders, how open are you, or what have you explored about perhaps having a model for recruiters to get exclusive access or additional access as another way to fund this venture?
Recruiters and students will be using the same app. It won't there would be different, so as you see, so that Vanessa Roche, so this slide, if you go back to the demo slide, so this is what the recruiter profile page would look like. So if a student, this would be like a student viewing the profile page for a recruiter, they would be able to see positions that they are that they're promoting, and as well as promotional videos for the company. So it would be a little different for the recruiter. So yes, it would be a different version for the recruiter. Yeah.
What's your guys' plan to sign up a company?
Well, as companies see our app, we want them to pretty much invest. So their investment would be them onboarding onto our app, and then we'll have a section for them to do so.
Also, I want to mention is that as a college student, all of us are engineers, and we meet a lot of like engineer professionals who are interested seeing like projects and so on and so forth. So we want to promote projects. So a lot of them will be welcome in this field.
Thank you, Gen Innovation. Next, we have Guava. Guava is a restaurant ranking app that rewards users for each ranking decision. Please join me in welcoming our final team, Guava.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. We're happy to be here. So I just want to start us off real quick with a quick question for everyone here. How many of you in the past week or past month maybe have gone out to eat with someone, albeit a family member, close group of friends, loved one perhaps, and you turn to them and you ask them a simple question, really. What do you feel like eating tonight? Yes, right? Absolutely. And it's a simple question, demands a simple answer, but you know, for sure, you are getting one of the dreaded responses of, I don't know, you decide, I don't have a preference, and quite honestly, this is pretty frustrating, and it leads to a 5 to 10 minute scroll through Google Maps or Yelp trying to find a restaurant that everyone can agree on. This is where Guava comes in. Guava is a restaurant recommendation application, unlike Yelp and Google Maps. When you sign up for application, we already collect a few preferences about you. What cuisines you like, what cuisines you don't like, and dietary things and whatnot like that. Instead of searching through a list of restaurants, however, you are presented with a very short yes or no question only quiz. The questions presented to you on this quiz are based off the restaurants in your area, so we take into account what is nearby you, so you're not asked any irrelevant or redundant questions. We also take into account those preferences you gave us originally. Once this quiz is complete, which takes a few seconds, you'll be generated a home screen, which has a list of 5 restaurants and the match percentage. We think that you will enjoy it, and you and your dining partner can skip that long wait in the car, skip the scrolling, and go to enjoy your dining experience, the reason you sat down in the car in the first place.
As a user on the app, you'll have the choice between a free and a premium plan. As a free user, you'll get quiz refreshes. So what he just talked about, you'll get that every 4 hours. So you'll be able to take this quiz at breakfast, lunch, and dinner is the idea behind that. And you'll have avatar customization, so you can make your own avatar on the app that looks like you to have more of a friendly feel. Moving over to the premium subscription, this will be a $2.99 per month subscription plan, and the user will get unlimited quiz refreshes. So you'll be able to take that quiz as many times as you want throughout the day. You'll have priority reviews, meaning that when you leave a review on the restaurant, it'll be at the top of their review list, and you'll get the opportunity to take group quizzes.
So when the restaurant owners claim their businesses on Guava, they're going to start out with a basic tier, which will offer them basic information editing, as long as making them a Guava verified restaurants, which means that they will be, their data can be updated, which will benefit both them and us. They will also have the option to add on standard and premium subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, which will offer them more customizable information editing, as well as standard and premium advertising packages, which will allow their restaurants to be displayed in the quiz results in a sponsored slot more frequently.
Wow, so like a lot of food talk, right? Bet we're all a little hungry right now. So was the average American who spent over $3,000 a year eating out, right? And to add on to that, over 165 million people in the US will eat out at least one time this week. And 94% of those people used a application or a website to research restaurants before attending the restaurant, right? So that is a substantially large market to hit, but we want to narrow it down a bit. Launching nationally out of the gate is irrational, so we're going to be starting in California. We have the benefit of being in Riverside, which is close to two of the largest population centers in California, being Los Angeles County and San Diego County. Doing a little bit of research on that, right? We have about 2.8 million users who have access to smartphones, and that is a substantial market that we do eventually plan to grow out of, but we do believe that that is a nice starting size for our application.
When taking a look at our financials, you'll see that the first year we do anticipate being negative because we're going to put a lot of money towards marketing and advertisement. But rolling over to the second year, this is the year that we anticipate breaking even, having around 25,000 premium users, 5,000 premium restaurants, and the customer acquisition cost on this we're estimating will be around $1.25 for the premium users and $7.50 to get those premium restaurants on board. And this will give us an operating margin of around 12%, and you'll see that from year over year we'll grow around 12 to 15% every year.
So at Guava, we understand that we're solving a very real but ultimately first world problem, and we realize that there are a lot of homeless people here in California, so we plan on giving back 5% of our profits from our premium subscriptions to feed those that are in need. Thank you guys for coming out and listening. We hope to grab a meal with you in June when we launch.
For those of us that have had that conversation of where do you want to eat, this really strikes home a little bit. Let me ask you something. One of the things that I'm always concerned about, especially if I'm looking at a Yelp review, is that sometimes the owner of the Yelp page, restaurant, let's just say, can have negative reviews removed. Do you have any type of service like that where they'll be able to remove negative reviews?
So restaurant, we believe in a very community-fed response feedback, right? The whole point of a priority review is giving our community voice to vocalize, hey, what do we feel about this restaurant and whatnot? So for that reason specifically, restaurant owners aren't currently allowed to remove reviews from the Guava review pages because, again, we believe in authentic experience for the users going to that restaurant.
I'm curious your perspective on the potential for premium restaurant placements as another method of charging. I believe you're charging subscribers at this point, but what's your openness for restaurants also to have some additional opportunity to pay to get better placement or more frequent recommendations?
Yeah, so we hit on that. So we'll have, you could start out as free, and that's really just editing small information about the restaurant. And then you could go from free to standard, and standard will give you more information editing, but it'll also give you more opportunity for advertising, being at around, the match for that will be at around 70%, and then that'll put you into that sponsored ad on your home screen. And then for the premium subscription, you'll be at around 50% match with the user, and you'll be put into that sponsored slot.
On the subject of negative reviews and authenticity, can you use an algorithm to detect if that was a specious comment by a competitor, or the ways to detect that? What may be disinformation?
So there absolutely are ways to detect that. We have thought about this definitely before. A big component is doing background processing on the user's location. This is something that you could implement theoretically, and we have thought about it. It does have some privacy issues as well, but you could theoretically validate that the user actually had been to that restaurant to ensure the review is, a valid review. Competitors like Google and Yelp have absolutely no validation at all, though, so it's not like a competitor in this space is doing something that we're not.
And you said you're launching in June?
Yes, we're launching in June. We are technically in pre-production, but the application is pretty much finished.
Okay, thank you.
So I think the cost model that you showed for the businesses was like a 1-to-5 ratio. If I caught the screen grab, it was like 25,000 user base and a 5,000 business base. So you mentioned the two counties, LA and San Diego. How does that distribution work, and what size of population are you truly working with? Because you would then have to divide between LA and San Diego because they're not really adjacent, right? So how do you sell foot traffic to a restaurant?
Yeah, I think so. Just to confirm, you're asking how the user base for the restaurants is going to work? Is that what you're asking to confirm?
I'm just saying 5,000 restaurants when you're only telling them that you have 25,000 users across two very large counties isn't a big sell, right? If I'm a small business owner and I'm having to pay you, I want a large amount of foot traffic. So what's the selling point?
So the 25,000 is premium users. So that's people paying for the app, but there's still a free version of the app. So we're anticipating 160,000 total users, just 25,000 premium paid users is how that'll work. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
On that subject, do you know how many available restaurants there are in Los Angeles and San Diego County?
Currently, we actually have data on all of the Southern California region. Our database currently consists of approximately 26,000 restaurants.
Okay, thank you.
One other quick question. How are you going to reach all of those restaurants to sell them on this?
So by reach restaurants, you mean like reach out to like... So our original plan for marketing as far as restaurants goes is starting extremely locally. So reaching out to those businesses that are right around us, right next door. And we understand that we are a startup, and getting restaurants onto our application and driving that interest is something that takes time. It takes a big platform to do. So while that is happening, we actually have all of this data already about those restaurants. So the users can still use the application. As far as selling restaurants and making money off of the restaurants, though, obviously we do plan on, again, starting in this local region, reaching out through foot traffic, manually going to those businesses, and as well as reaching out through social media and social media influencers.
So you're going to load the restaurant in automatically, and then if they want to claim it, they can pay for it?
Yeah, we already have 25,000 restaurants loaded in currently, yes.
I'd like to just again apologize about the technical difficulty, but I want to give a round of applause to all the competitors. They did an awesome job. Let's give them a round of applause. Our photographers have left, but Jim Dorsey and Dave with Jim Dorsey Commercial Photography, they do an awesome job for us, so give them a round of applause. Thank you. The 6 judges that are up there on the screen, we want to, again, thank each and every one of them for their time and commitment, so let's give them a round of applause. Just want to remind you that tonight they're going to tally up things, and I believe that we're going to start shortly on the audience participation, but the winners will be acknowledged tomorrow night. We invite you all back, and those that are watching live streaming right now, if you'd like to come to the Corona City Council chambers, it's at 400 South Vicentia Avenue, Corona 92882. Be here about 6:20. The meeting should start at 6:30. We're going to be on the agenda, and I'm not quite sure where, but it's going to be on the first part of the agenda, not towards the end. And it would be very good for all of you to be here to cheer these guys on. I think they all did an amazing job. I said guys, and I know there was a couple of women that are involved in this, so I don't mean anything, any disrespect there. The competitors did an awesome job. Let's give them a round of applause again. Remember, tomorrow night we're going to be presenting a $3,000 check and a $500 check. And right now, so if you would go ahead and, Anthony, if you'll come up and just explain this one time for these guys here, I would appreciate it. This is the guy that put everything together. He worked with the city, and he's an amazing individual with our Corona Chamber. Please give it up for Anthony Maldonado.
To everyone. So I'm pretty sure you know how to scan a QR code. But if you want to scan the QR code and vote for your favorite pitch, there should be a slider for the top or for the 5 teams. move your favorite team to the top and then rank them. So on a scale or from 1 to 5, rank them. If you do not have if you cannot scan it, go to the URL code on your screen right there, and that should be it.
Give us just a minute, okay? We were just seeing who was going to. You have to write down all 5 and rank them. You can't just put one person or 2 or 3. You got to have all 5 for your ballot to count. So Anthony's going to go around right now on these here. Okay. Just start handing them out, one to each person here. And we apologize about the technical difficulties.